CryptoPunks could be the most well-known NFT project. 10,000 pixel profile photos originally for free, did you know that? And now the cheapest of which currently sells for 220,000. Most of their value comes from being first, which in NFT land is massive. If you're an OG project from the 2017 to 2019 era, your NFT collection is worth a lot. But there are a lot of forgotten OG NFT projects that may be insanely undervalued. That's why we compiled this sheet. Could we uncover one as a community? Let's take a look at a recent example. Cryptoskulls, a recently rediscovered OG project. The narrative here is that these are the forgotten CryptoPunks. Whoa! Another profile photo project in the same era as CryptoPunks. Every influencer, including Gary Vee, tweeted about them. What happened? Well, they raced to a floor of 5 ETH within just a few days. So let's have a look on the timeline where they are. So here's CryptoPunks, and then right next to them about well, this isn't that close to CryptoPunks, so all the way down here. What? Almost 2 years after CryptoPunks came around. Well, how the hell did they take off to 5 Ethereum floor? Especially when there's a 10,000 piece collection way back up here with a 0.13 Ethereum floor. More on that to come. How about these Ether rocks? Selling for $1 million when the Genesis rocks were created on the exact same day by the same founder and are only 55,000. Only 55,000. And what about this forgotten project from Namecoin? Elon Musk tweeted about in 2018. There's only 300 of those available. And of course, this very recent, beautiful discovery from 2016. There's only 3 projects from this year. They predate CryptoPunks by almost a year. There's only 270 of them, and they have a floor of under 1 Ethereum. What? So from this master list, I want to go through 6 recent and potentially very profitable NFT archaeological discoveries that could be the next Cryptoskulls. Now, this master list is Ethereum-based projects only. Of course, you can have a copy. It's in the description below. Do your own research. We only put this together in 1 week. And most importantly, hit that like button if you appreciate the research, because I appreciate you. Also, big shout out to Adam McBride and Leonidas.eth, who have both been instrumental, done way more work than me towards this sheet. And talking about Leonidas, he absolutely cashed in on the Cryptoskulls rediscovery. Okay, onto the 6 projects. Do you know what an NFT whale is? This guy had 84 CryptoPunks in his wallet, worth well over $21 million. And in last February, he was spotted swooping up a forgotten project called IKB Digital Zones. Upon further investigation, these are the first conceptual artwork on the entire Ethereum blockchain. And for some reason, conceptual art is priced way higher than all other art. Like, this is way more expensive than this. Oh, and there's only 100 of them total. So, of course, they naturally rapidly flew up to an 84 ETH floor. They now serve as a very exclusive community and massive display of wealth in the NFT world. But here's what I don't get. About 2 months after the Digital Zones contract was created, these adorable crypto cats came alive on the blockchain. There's 600 of them total, but only 300 of them are wrapped and active on OpenSea. Like punks and skulls, they serve as an adorable profile photo, but they're only 3.5 ETH. Now, I know that's not exactly cheap, but it's far from 84 ETH. Oh, and a fun side secret that not many people know about, there's actually a side of these cats called punk cats that were designed by the founders of Lava Labs and the creator of CryptoPunks. The cheapest is still just 12 ETH, which once again, I know is not crazy low, but compared to the price of punks and any other PFP project from this time, they seem pretty underpriced. But okay, I haven't lost touch totally. I know that's a lot of money. Take a look at this one. Here's an insanely affordable historic project whose price still confuses me. In fact, I actually picked up one myself. That's how confused I was. If you remember, way back to the early 2000s, you might remember the $1 million homepage. 21-year-old kid named Alex Chu made a page with 1 million pixels on it, 1,000 by 1,000, and you could buy each pixel for $1 and customize it. Fun side fact, after making his $1 million from this homepage, Alex actually went on to found the app Calm. But a lot of the early Web 3.0 projects just mirrored this idea, fractionalizing homepages and even planets and selling them in small parts. You can think of this as basically the world's first metaverse. Yes, they are historic, but they're not worth as much as the PFP projects from the same times. I mean, for obvious reasons. Imagine if this guy, instead of using a CryptoPunk as a profile photo, used this. Not as cool. So I really don't understand why this project is so cheap. Cryptobots. They are historic, and compared to the projects of that time, they're extremely underpriced. They're a 2017 project, they aren't wrapped, they can be used as a profile photo, and the floor is just 0.13 ETH. And even like skulls and punks, there's 10,000 of them total, giving him enough chance to go viral. In fact, they did rise to a 0.5 ETH floor riding off the back of the Cryptoskulls discovery. This could potentially be one for you to do your own research in and get a piece of NFT history for a very affordable price. The story of crypto rocks is incredibly insane. Logan Paul bought a couple, Gary Vee almost bought a couple, but in fact he almost scammed himself sending the money to the wrong contract. There's only 100 of them and they have a floor of over $1 million. But have you heard of Genesis Rocks, created by the same founder as Etherox on the exact same day as Etherox in 2018? They had an all-time high of 105 Ethereum, and Leonidas, remember him, the NFT archaeologist who made bank on the skulls, has actually been spotted buying them up this week. Why? Because they're 15 times cheaper than Etherox. A floor of about $55,000, it could be a massive opportunity for you to look into. Oh, now my friends, this one is a doozy. A Namecoin NFT. A Namecoin is a fork of Bitcoin. This predates all these Ethereum NFTs, and there's only 300 of them from 2014. And they got hot chicks in them. Who doesn't like hot chicks? And what's the biggest thing that could happen in all of the crypto world? Having the biggest crypto influencer, the guy who can get $20 billion put into a meme coin, promoting your project. Elon Musk has tweeted about this project twice, once in 2018 and once in 2020. But even me trying to just Google this project to find it, it took a good 5 minutes of digging before I could come across the real thing. I'm not sure about you, but I want one of these. I'm gonna dig deeper this week, so make sure you follow us on Twitter. I'll put all updates there. If we can actually dig deeper into the contract and figure out how it works, and if we can get our hands on them before they go mainstream. Now, to the riskiest Hail Mary play in all of NFT land. One I could not refuse myself. Whoops, but you must refuse. I highly recommend that you don't copy me on this. But to me, the asymmetric risk reward was way too enticing to turn down. In fact, these had the best opportunity score of that whole sheet that we put together. An early 2018 project called JONG-CRYPTO. The art is quite creative. They have a Twitter and an Instagram. There's only 320 of them available, and they're only 0.04 Ethereum. What the hell is going on here? Well, unfortunately their website is down and their founder disappeared, which means he's unable to update the contract to the new Ethereum protocol, which means you can't trade them on dApps like OpenSea, and you can only mint them directly off their contract, which also unfortunately means you can't actually see the artwork that you're minting. So it's basically like throwing $150 into a river, unless the original creator comes back, updates the contract, and boom, they skyrocket to a 5 ETH floor. Okay, but seriously, it's an extremely low probability. I really only did it to practice minting directly off a contract, because back in the Alex Becker Neo Tokyo days, we should have minted those identities of the contract with $150,000 each, but we just didn't know what we were doing. But I decided to mint these because they do have social media, which means it could be possible for people to actually get in contact with the founder and revive this project. If you're wanting to mint one of these, I'm not linking you directly to any of this because I want you to go and find it yourself. Adam McBride on Twitter, go have a look at the thread that he's done showing me exactly how to mint. And while you're looking for that, just ask yourself, is this really what you want to be doing? Talk about Adam McBride. He deserves all the credit for this 2016 recent rediscovery. The ETH project that comes before this one is Etheria 1.2. It has 457 tokens and a 35 ETH floor. This project has 270 tokens and a floor of 0.8 ETH. I mean, this project was created almost a year before CryptoPunks. And before I show it to you, please subscribe below. We have found 15 plus more projects that aren't even on this list yet, and one that Gary Vee is currently inquiring about in their Discord. And we know what happens when Gary Vee gets behind a project. So thank you for subscribing. Stay tuned for next week. I won't let you down. And in the meantime, any breakthroughs are on Twitter. But back to this 2016 project. It's called Etherization Cities. It was a strategy-based game and is available on OpenSea under wrapped Etherization. Now, like I said earlier, profile photos and conceptual art are much more valuable than these castles and fractionalized pixel pieces, and the opportunity of this project going mainstream is still pretty high since it was only just recently rediscovered. I'm looking forward to seeing you next week. We got some bangers planned for you on this channel. If you're not subscribed, you're crazy.